What's up guys, it's Gabe here. Welcome back to another video. In today's video we are here in Gulp, California visiting my friend Robb Roberts. You may know him as NorCal Nodders because he's also in my videos. Today we are here visiting his office because over the years Robb has been collecting a lot of Oakland Athletics memorabilia to where it's become one of the coolest things that I've ever seen before. So today we are here, right through this door, we are going to go through and basically go back in time in Oakland A's history and just see all the cool things that he has and has collected over the years. So without further ado, we're just going to go knock on this door real quick.
I thought I heard a whole bunch of people talking out here. What's up, Gamer Athletics channel? Come on in.
Let's go. I've seen it on Instagram just from pictures, but now we are here in person. Robb, this is amazing for one.
You like it?
Yeah, a lot. I mean, as an A's fan, this is just like heaven to me. But I just want to know, for one, if you can tell my audience out here, how did you become a fan and how did you start collecting in the first place?
What triggered into like the sports collecting and everything else, I always was a sports fan, always played sports even as a little tyke. And kind of getting into the A's and actually technically the Giants too. The early 80s, mid 80s, late 80s, and obviously the big thing was the Bash Brothers and everybody that started coming over 88 and 89 and into the 90s. And so that's my era, that's when I grew up. I was born in 79, so I was 10, 12 years old at those times. And it was really easy to be an A's fan. Kind of just engulfed myself into the culture of it. As we all know, you're part of the culture. I feel like I'm part of the culture. Everybody in this room here is part of the culture. And everybody probably watching this, most people watching this, probably part of the culture. The opportunity to follow and support players such as Jose Canseco, Mark McGwire, Eckersley, all those guys, and especially when Ricky came back and things like that, it just exploded in my head. Like I said, I got way engulfed into the culture as well.
As your friend, I know that you also have a little side business where you're known as 33 Customs. If you can tell the people who don't know, which ones did you make, and also which one was, like, I guess the hardest one that you've made?
I'm trying to think, I was gonna say, yeah, I've made 10 or 12 that have been offered up and people available to get, such as the Gallegos and Chris Davis who dropped this year, and the Big Head Racers and stuff like that. What I love about a lot of those things, they open up opportunities to meet these players that I never had a chance to as a kid, and it's been amazing in my life to today.
Usually you lock it in.
That's a new style. Forearms.
I really want to talk about this one a little bit. This was for the Always Having Fun Foundation. This was through the organization. Trent is an amazing human being, an amazing person. I consider him a friend. That Trent is Dave's son. Hindu was an amazing part of my life growing up as an A's fan, and I'm very extremely proud of this project which we did with the Always Having Fun Foundation. I wanted to make this one, highlight this one very specifically because this is a very important piece, and it's important piece of Oakland's history, plus an important piece to me and to the A's family. In terms of what the hardest one to make, obviously I made a 4-foot Jose Canseco bobblehead. This is based off, this is a model. I started cutting and digging into this. This was one of the John Gruden Corona bobbleheads at one point. It looks absolutely nothing like that now. This whole thing was designed to create the Bash Brothers, it's a Bash arm type thing. It even holds, that's a game used Jose Canseco bat from the 88 or 89 season. And so the whole point of this was to create the two to go together so that they can bash and bobble bash together.
Obviously, it's no question that you're a collector and you've been collecting for a very, very long time. What's the first one that you ever collected?
This is kind of a funny little thing. Most people aren't even really into these. They're kind of like a nodder's like an old school style bobblehead. They're a generic piece. They're ceramic. They're fragile. The head came off of this. This is my first one I've ever got. It's from 1990. It was given to me for Christmas from my mom. She doesn't even remember giving this to me. That's another kind of funny little fact about this. I've had this. This is mine from that period. I never broke it or nothing like that. Kind of triggered me into this, got me into where I enjoyed the older style and stuff like that. And so it means a lot to me to kind of have this. I didn't realize as I got older how many, there's different versions of this back into like 84 of this specific style. They pretty much use the same mold and things, and as you get dive into the bobblehead world, you learn different things. But so it's kind of cool that I still have this piece.
So one thing I noticed right off the bat, and I know you got this recently because I was there when you got it. While you have a lot of baseball players on here, one thing in specific I think you might want to share is this one, because this isn't a baseball player at all, but yet this is a fan.
This is a pretty meaningful piece to me. Todd had Todd Schwenk. I don't know if anybody recognizes him. He is very animated, and in the last game we saw him, he was giving out yellow roses to the ushers and everybody else, the employees working there. He had bobbleheads made. I think there's about 36 of these. He reached out to me at one point and I said, I want to get my bobblehead in your collection. And something kind of crazy. We all have eBay searches and searching for things. I have a Todd Schwenk bobblehead search in my thing. These are custom made. These are not like a production type thing. I wanted one of these really bad. And he went out of his way to get this to me. Like you said, you were there and everything else. I was to the moon, just over the moon or whatever you want to say, in getting this. And I want to thank him publicly for this. And this means a lot to me. Something like this, like when we talk about stories and stuff like that, he's the epitome of an A's fan, and I just want to graciously thank, and I'm very proud to have this in my collection. Like I said, it's not necessarily the player, it's not whatever, but this is a very meaningful piece to me. And I think that the fans should be celebrated a lot more. Maybe that's something we can kind of work into this season as we kind of combine forces everybody as fans. Maybe we should celebrate some more fandom and stuff like that. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
I think that means we can head off into the other room here real quick. What are some of your favorite pieces, I guess, in this room?
Let's start over here, I guess. This is something that's significant to me. One of the first times I ever got an autograph was from Mark McGuire. I snuck down to the, this is from spring training, and I snuck down, and he's like, come on kid, because the usher started to come down, and he's like, come on kid, hurry up. And so he had me climb over to the top of the dugout, sign this thing for me, toss it up there, and it was super cool. You've seen us getting out there trying to get autographs and everything else, and so, I go with you, I learn from the best here nowadays. But I used to, as a kid, I wasn't too bad at it. I'm a big fan of catchers. I'm a big fan of catchers gear. This is Soderstrom's game used stuff. This is Sean Murphy's game used stuff. Over here, if we pan over to the other side, this is Sean Murphy's full catcher's gear, the first Oakland A's Golden Glove catcher ever. And this is his gear from that, including his mitt. Pretty unique. It's got his cleats. Everything on there is from him, including his uniform, except for the pants. Those are Frankie Montas's pants. My bad, I couldn't find his pants. I do want to highlight one thing real quick. Did a nice little shadow boxing over here. My wife is a beautiful singer. She sings the national anthem. There she is with Amelia. Kind of want to show that off. Shout out to my wife, Mella. This is kind of my big display over here, like I was talking about with catchers. This is Mickey Tettleton's game used catcher's glove from the 80s. Right here, the big catcher's gear with the shin pads and the chest guard and everything. That's Stephen Vogt's. That's from his last year. I wore that out in the stadium, got myself up on the MLB Cup 4.
That's awesome. It's a thing of beauty. He's been standing that way for a while. If he's still standing like that in the 8th inning, then we may have a new favorite fan. Oh, you think he won't be?
Love Stephen Vogt, I believe, as always. And so that's one of my big favorite things right there. One of my newer I acquired is Soderstrom's first baseman's glove and his batting gloves. That's his first baseman's glove that he carried over from the Futures game and prior when he was with the Aviators. But he also wore it starting in his 3rd game with the A's when he started over at first base. I got a couple. I love batting helmets. I love helmets overall. Catcher's helmets are super hard to get, the skull helmets. That's a Mike Piazza game used batting helmet up there, and that's Marcus Simeon's game used batting helmet over there. We got some R-rated, the on-deck circle things they used to write on there for the bat boys and everything else. They get nice little messages, little F words and stuff like that thrown in there for all the bad boys to pick up their stuff. I'm a huge fan of guys from my era. Like I said, Terry Steinbach. I got a lot of Terry Steinbach stuff. I love Terry Steinbach. He's an amazing person. And there you just saw I had a 3-foot Terry Steinbach bobblehead. I got him holding it. He absolutely loved it. We're gonna make one, send in for his own personal collection in his house. I got Dusty Baker's hat and his batting gloves in there. This is Tony Phillips. That's his game used glove underneath there. His game used hat and his game used batting gloves right there. And in that, I don't know if anybody really knows too much about it, but this is they had Mr. Bobblehead back in the day in the 80s. And he'd walk around and for Bass Ticketmasters, and he would go out there and promote things. That's his full uniform. His pants are hanging out. Dave Kingman, King Kong, that's his game used cleat in there. The whole pile of batting gloves, I have no idea who they are.
I guess when you have a lot, you don't know.
when you buy out a collection or a thing and the person's passed away, you lose a lot of the history, so you don't know whose it is. I have a pitching mound in here. This is a pitching mound from Yankee Stadium. The A's don't sell their pitching mound. They give it away to players or something along those lines. This is from 2018. It's a series with the A's, the home series with them. CC Sabathia started on it twice, and there's a group of A's that started on it. Kind of a little cool little thing in there. Those are from the old scoreboard. With 2015, these are the little plug-in lights. That right there is probably one of the more rare items I own. That is a Ricky Henderson game-used batting helmet from 1990, his All-Star, his MVP year. These are his batting gloves that he worn through the famous Mizuno greens. Those are his. Every room is lined with baseball bats. I'm about 286, I think. Game-used Oakland A's baseball bats. Anywhere from as low as Hiram, Boca Chica, all the way up to McGuire and Canseco. I've got everybody in between.
What's the craziest thing that you have? And you've told me this story, and it involves this briefcase.
It does. I love crazy things. The crazier the better. The weirder the better that I can get, I love. So I acquired 3 travel suitcases. They're Oakland A suitcases. Team issued. There's 2 different versions. This is the cloth material one. You can see they have their numbers up here in the corner. And they issued 1 to each player. Most players don't like them. They think they're ugly. But it doesn't matter. But this is from the 70s. And this was number 4 from the 70s is Bill North. A lot of the suitcases I have little luggage tags and everything else in there. Well, I just decided to display this. In there, I found a nice little San Francisco Women's Professional Basketball League thing, and I popped it open, slid it out, and there's a nice little mirror in there. And in addition to that mirror is a nice little razor blade. But I'm pretty aware of the 70s and 80s were pretty free-spirited, and there were some activities you could clearly do with paraphernalia like that. Razor blade and a mirror. With some lines and a little bit of residue on there. Generally means a little,
Oh.
So.
Wild. How crazy are you to like grab something, like to go out and grab one of these items? Like, what's the craziest thing you ever did?
You got to be aggressive in a lot of things, but you also need have a little bit of assistance and help and everything else, or to make things kind of go. So, got something over here. This bad boy right here. I don't know what the weight on this. We talked about the pitching mound. Pitching mound's 60 to 80 pounds. I'm gonna imagine that's that or heavier, and it's also fell off of my wall once already. This is a lower bowl stadium light, halogen stadium light. These get replaced. This comes from the Coliseum. This is about as epic as they come. Anything that comes from the Coliseum is amazing in my book, and anything like that, I imagine that thing at least 30 years, 40 years, maybe even all the way back to the full 50, 60 years, 55, 60 years of existence back then. I really don't know.
And so how'd you get that one?
That one was being tossed out, being thrown away. I got it. Had some assistance from some people. I know people, and just needed some help.
Let's talk about some of these cleats. I mean, I definitely this past year helped you get some of these cleats, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot more that you've gone way before me. I think I could point out like this one. This was Shaylin Years, and if I'm not mistaken, we figured out that he was wearing these during the reverse boycott.
Yeah, you're very good.
That's pretty wild, And same thing with Ruiz over here, was able to get his cleats and have him sign it. And later on, he broke the record for the most stolen bases by an American League rookie.
I collect things that are generally more affordable at the time, and cleats are pretty affordable in terms of what they are, but they have a significance. I mean, these are Mark McGuire's cleats. These are thank you, Gabe. These are because of Gabe. There's no doubt there. I owe him everything on these. Those are pretty amazing. Those are game-used cleats from Mark McGuire. These are game-used cleats from Dennis Eckersley. Those are game-used cleats from Dave Henderson. I mean, those 3 big names right there. I got Joe Rudy. I got Tony Phillips, everything else. And then, like, even just the guys we talked about, Trevor May and everything else. I was trying to stick just to white cleats because of the white cleat history. But they kind of evolved over time, so we got a mixture of things. But cleats are an item of opportunity that I can get, and they're affordable and they're fun. We get them signed. I think it's kind of cool. I just kind of accumulated over the years, and I thought, how am I going to display cleats? I think this one's pretty cool. We'll throw a nice big logo in the middle and surround it, making sure that the cleats are on the Swinging A's thing. I think we got a pretty cool display with it. I never seen anybody else do anything like this. And
This one you were showing me off camera. I need you to show everybody here what this is. Rob, what the heck, man? That's all I gotta say. What the heck, man?
you know, probably somebody gonna recognize it real quick, but that's one autograph from one person.
Not a team ball, guys. It's not a team ball.
Jose Canseco. And I'm do the 33 customs and the bobbleheads, and I never seen anybody have anybody sign this before. You know, I love it. It's on an American League Gene Buddig ball, and I love it.
Maybe we should do that next year in 2024.
I love it. That's fine. I'll do it. Whoever we keep running to, and we run to over and over again, I'm gonna try it.
I was gonna say Ryan Noda, since he seems to be a really cool guy, but I don't know if we can get 49 signatures
Try
on the
it.
wall.
Let's do it.
Why not? Ryan Noda, help us out, bro.
Yeah, just a little help. I do want to say thank you to Ben Grieve. Ben Grieve, these are his 1998 All-Star game. He was the Rookie of the Year and an All-Star in the same year. He sent these cleats to me directly. These are from that All-Star game. Thank you, Ben Grieve. He's an amazing person, and he very nice, very supportive guy as well. And those are directly sent to me from him. So.
Rob, there's something you wanted to show me in particular.
Just proud of a couple little things. First one being, like I said, I like to collect things off of opportunity. Not a lot of people collect pants. I came through, scored a pair of 1972 Raleigh Fingers Game Used pants. I didn't know exactly if they were his or not at the time. At a signing, Raleigh pulled them out and said, "These are my pants." And so Raleigh authenticated them as Game Used himself, no doubt about it. I brought a second pair to him, or I got this pair nice and framed up. Found another pair, took it to him, no doubt. He pulled them out and said, "These are my pants." I ended up with 2 pairs of Raleigh Finger Game Used pants. Only one pair. I can only afford to frame 1 pair though. And it's the one thing in this whole thing is framed. This pair does have 34 sewn into the waist on these. We put the little Lauren Taylor piece in there. I just really liked it, and Raleigh signed it, so it made a real nice framed piece. I have a whole pile of pants over there. Anywhere from now, I just got a set of McGuire pants. I have one of our cameraman's favorite, Eric Chavez, pair of his pants. I have Tony La Russa's pants from 1967. So other players will wear them at times, and so you'll have another name. They'll have names written in them and stuff like that as well. So there's other ways to get evidence of that. So I like pants. The other thing I like a lot, I love, is jerseys. I have a handful of what I think are really, really cool, really, really rare jerseys. I'm very, very proud to own 2 jerseys. I have a Dennis Eckersley 1989 World Series jersey, and then I have the 1988 Bob Welch jersey. I have Bob Welch's game used glove as well. I'm a huge fan of Bob Welch from everything, even his personal struggles with alcohol and everything else. He's a fantastic human. But those are some of my 2 favorite jerseys. I've got a lot of jerseys that I really, really like, but those are my 2 ones I'm most proud of and very proud to own.
As you know, in 2023, A's fans in particular have had a very difficult time with the Las Vegas move, and obviously, you know, we were both there for the reverse boycott. One thing I noticed just right off the top is, you know, I see you have here the cheer cards that were given out by us, and you also have the Tampa Bay Rays lineup card from that game. How did you get a hold of it?
I just randomly emailed out to the Rays, and kind of interesting. Somebody emailed, like, the guy I spoke to with the Rays, he said, "Can I call you?" And I said, "Yeah." And he called me, and we talked on the phone. He said, "Did you try to email me twice?" And somebody emailed about 30 minutes after I emailed asking for that. And I didn't email the day. This was later in the year that I asked for that. And somebody emailed just about 30 minutes after that. And then 2 hours later, somebody else had emailed about that thing. I don't know how that all came about. I guess it was meant to be for me because I was the first one in line to do that. But anyhow, very grateful to have this. I would like to have the A's one a little bit more, but it doesn't matter. The way that this came about and the way I ended up with it out of fortune or whatever, I feel grateful to have it. This means a whole hell of a lot to me. I had asked, I posted up on Twitter and that I have a game ball. This is a game ball that had been pitched to 4 different A's batters that day. It had Ruiz, he had a pop out, Rooker had a single, Noda had a single, and Ramon had got a ball on that. And four players on that one ball. That's a lot of pitches and that's a lot of players on one ball. Rooker said, send that to me. Rooker got everybody involved on this ball to sign that for me. An amazing gesture by him. I thanked him personally in person. What an amazing guy. Just that meant a lot to me. It's just a big part of my history and our history as fan base. So very special to me that Rooker was willing to do that for me.
How the relocation bill has went through. What does this mean for your collection?
That's a tough question. I don't know. And it's a question I think about and I thought about. And I don't say I don't know to be flippant. I like, you know, I'm a decisive person. I make quick decisions and everything. I literally do not know. I don't care about Las Vegas. Las Vegas doesn't care about me. They don't care about the A's. So where does it go? As it stops? That's weird to me. Because I want to go next year with you. I want to go out to the games with you and go see the players and get the autographs and get the cleats from off the thing. If we run down there and go do that, I want to do that the year after that. I want to do the year after that. At some point it's not going to happen. And this is where I start to get sad. And this is where it starts to hurt me. I'm mad. I'm very mad. I love this stuff I have. I love the stories that come with it. I love that. But there will be no stories pretty soon.
There's already a lot of history in this room, but specifically this outfit right here, and also it's going to get a little weird up here. He has the story, so let's start off here.
This was Mamie Van Doren Meyer. Mamie Van Doren's kind of was not Marilyn Monroe, but like a bombshell of that era, and kind of like think of a Marilyn Monroe type thing. So I have some pictures of her, just so I can tell people that don't know who she is, because I didn't know exactly who she was until I got little details.
This person?
It's there, and this is with Lee Myers right here. So Lee Myers was like a first-round draft pick. Actually, he played in Lodi, California, which is close to where I live. And this picture was taken in Lodi. And she married. She was probably, I think, in her 40s when she married Lee. Lee was in his obviously pretty young 20s. He was a prospect, and he never made to the majors. But Charlie Finley, being Charlie Finley, he loved having like a sex symbol, you know, bombshell type thing. So he made sure she got her jacket. He made sure she showed up at those minor league games. He made sure he can market that, having her there. And so they got married and everything else. I think Lee died actually pretty early. Mamie Van Doren is still on Twitter, and she still shows off her goods on Twitter. Just so you know, she's like 80 years old. So, but you can tell it's pretty old too, because it doesn't have the A's. It's just a single A. So it's I believe it's from Kansas City era. But we get into this. This is kind of a little disputed, but this is pretty much a vendor cart, and I'm pretty sure they came from the Coliseum. I was told that, but they went between Candlestick and there. But of course, we have a vendor thing, and we have game used cleats. The man himself sent us a set of game used hot dog shoes, I guess is what you want to call it. Even the toes blown out and everything. Thank you, Hal. Hal sent those to me, asked me for my address and everything else, and next thing I know, I got a package in the mail and got myself a pair of game used Skechers. Pretty slick there. Thanks again, Hal. I'll keep them in the collection, no doubt. Even autographed them for me. I'd like to thank you for helping me here. This is a Cespedes home run ball from, the 2013 home run derby? Right? Yeah, 2013. Got a nice cool picture up there too with it. See, it's nice to have friends. Friends are good. My friend texted me and called me, said, hey, take a look at this. He said, that's really cool.
And he didn't want it. He said, he was like, I'll come back for it. And I bought it anyway, because I knew he was going to say yes.
This is Hudson's rookie year jersey, so you'll see number 52. I like that because it's a dark green jersey. And we got the Mulder jersey up there. Very cool jerseys to me. This actually came out of a bar and grill out of East Bay. I just scored this jacket. It's Danny Tartable's player jacket. I think it's really cool. Never seen a player jacket. Danny Tartable, only played a couple years. Danny Tartable was on Seinfeld as well. McGuire cleat, I think it's really, really cool. That came from Andy Dolich. Andy Dolich is a really cool executive from the A's back in the 80s and 90s. This is one of my favorite memorabilia pieces of all time. Multiple reasons for this. This is the 1990 World Series bat from Mike Gallego. Being that we made the bobbleheads with Mr. Gallego, I had the opportunity to say, hey, Mike, I have a chance to get this bat. And I said, do you remember this bat by chance? Because many players remember pretty much everything they have. And this came from the bat boy that this was given to. something like that, most players don't forget. They give the bats and stuff gifts to the players. So that he remembered the bat boy, he remembered giving the bat to the guy, and he remembered the bat very, very well. And I was able to text him and get confirmation of that. I'm a huge Mike Gallego fan. One of my favorite A's players of all time. I love the way he played, how he played. He's the epitome, in my opinion, of an Oakland A. This is a huge piece in my collection. The significance of this bat. He had a good World Series. We didn't win the World Series, but he used this bat the whole World Series, and he had a good World Series with the bat. This is a very meaningful thing, and having the opportunity to talk to Mike about it and send us pictures of this and verify and everything else means the world to me. So this is a very significant piece to me. May not be as valuable financially, nothing like that, but overall, what this means is a really great big deal to me. So this is Alfredo Griffin. This photo came from Australia. Yeah, I like this because it has the jersey up in there. This is a fully authenticated jersey and everything else. You can see that it gets feathered and stuff from all the sliding. It's been shredded and everything else. Yeah, I don't mean to talk disparagingly about Mr. Griffin. He just was not very deserving of an All-Star game nod. Please look that up. Read the story about it. It's an excellent story and it's pretty interesting. It's a great photo, and I liked it because you can see he collected his own stuff, and I think it's kind of cool. I like guys that appreciate what they have and what they did and everything else, and especially a person like him. I mean, he played a long time. He had a great career for himself and everything else, but yeah. But there's the jersey up there in the corner.
Rob, how do you think we should end this video?
I think we should send a message. I thank you. I think you guys for showing up today. I thank you for coming and highlighting this. And I recognize I'm one fan. You know, we got people that are going over to Texas and confronting, you know, Fisher in person. We got you. All of these you're doing with the production crew. Today we were able to have lunch with Jared from the documentary. Everybody's putting in a thing, and I sit here and I collect and this and that. But you know, I try to do my part behind the scenes as well. This is just a highlight of who we are. This is what Fisher's losing. This is what Cabell is representing to fight against, and this and that. This is what the Oakland A's are losing and missing and gonna lose forever. So that's what I think. I think we should finish it saying, you know, you're doing this, I'm doing this, and we are amazing people. I'm not gonna lie to you. And every one of us to sit there and do something that's part of this movement and that's going on right now, we are something, and we are special. And we are about as best as the best of the best. We are. There's not much greater than what is coming from the Oakland market and the Oakland fan base. And I am proud of who we are. I'm proud to represent who we are. I'm proud to know you. I'm proud to be your friend. I'm proud to be the friends that I have made, be a friend to every person that I have made. And I'm proud to be an A's fan. And that's how I want to end this video. I'm proud of what I have. I'm proud of what I've collected and what stories I can share and what I can bring to you and bring to people on here. And I will talk to anybody, and I will share this with everybody that I can possibly come across. And that's what I think we should end this. We should end this talking about how proud we are of who we are and what we are and what's going to become of us in the future. No matter what's going to happen and all that, we are here. We are fighting for what we love. And I just want this video to reflect what everybody's going to be losing, whether it's in the Oakland A's.
All right. Thank you, Rob, for having me here.
Absolutely,
and
brother.
it's been a long time coming for me to come in here. I wish I was able to come here sooner. That's all I could really say. I mean, seeing it start from the beginning and you getting all the bobbleheads and all that stuff, and I just wanted to showcase you as a fan and as a person of who you are and what you've done to collect all of this. And again, what you said about Cabell and Fisher, of what kind of fan and fans they're losing out on. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new. If you guys want to follow Rob, you can go ahead and follow him at NorCalNotters on Instagram and Twitter, X, and also 33 Customs, where you can find his custom bobbleheads if you would like to purchase one as well. But that's it from us. You got anything else?
I love you. I love you, Gabe. I love you guys. I love my A's fans. I love you all. Let's have a hell of a going away. I love you all out there too. All you. And you. And you.
Even the dog over there. You see the cat?
Look at it.
Yeah.
Go get it. Ha! Got you.
Hey.
I don't like you that much. Not you. No.
No,
I wasn't
dude.
talking to you.
Move over.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I love you, Eric Chavez. If you by chance see this.